What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about, Friday. Last Friday was Halloween. It was the last day of October. A lot of families were going around, doing the normal Halloween thing, dressing up with their kids, to go trick or treating or whatnot. All the while also with this looming concern for a lot of Americans that we talked about in videos about November 1st being the beginning of the month, SNAP benefits and stuff not going out, the concern around people not being able to buy food and having food insecurity for this month due to the government shutdown. On top of that, videos that we've talked about where, the Trump administration has held off like 94 million pounds of food to food banks, which would kind of be the alternative for people who, couldn't get their food stamps to go to food banks. And how they are struggling. I mean, there's a huge concern this month for people and they're being able to feed their families, themselves and their families. And we've updated yesterday about how the secretary stated that because of the judge's rulings and stuff that we could potentially see money moving by Wednesday. And we've yet to see whether or not that will come to fruition. But during all of this concern, what was our president, the president who ran on, ran on making America great again, ran on improving conditions for average Americans, ran on, the understanding that nobody knows America better than him. Nobody knows the average American, the working America better than him. Nobody knows the economy better than him. Nobody knows health better than him. Nobody knows education better than him. All these different things. And he was the best equipped to improve the American condition for the average person all across the United States. This is the kind of stuff that he ran on, that the kind of stuff that, a lot of Americans took to in voting for him, that he would substantially benefit their lives. All the while, critique of him and his administration, or the, potential for him and his administration, was around this, the Project 25 stuff, the rhetoric around, becoming the golden age for America, which I have talked about, looked a little bit more like the Gilded Age, where the rich were, very rich, the poor was very poor, and how that, that influenced more progressive move in government that ultimately, pressed for someone more like FDR to get into office, and the New Deal, and it actually improving, the moves that actually improved American people and brought them out of that Gilded Age. It looked like, even despite the rhetoric of Trump, and that that was what looked more like what he was referring to when it comes to the golden age. What was Trump doing on Friday? Well, we're going to talk about that. So thank you very much for joining me. I know that was kind of a long introduction. I apologize. But if you are new here, welcome to ClearTalk. And consider subscribing, like, share, all that good stuff. If you'd like to, check out more videos from other channels as well, JMDPLAY, JMD Puzzling, these are all, all channels that I do here on YouTube. If you'd like to subscribe to any of those as well, check out videos if you like what you see. That would be very much appreciated. Getting more videos in front of more people helps out all around. And if you are want to give any kind of support, there are support links there. Patreon, $3 a month. If you want to help out with these channels, help out keeping them growing, and you can help me out there to make that more beneficial for you as well. Or you can give one-time donations there. Any support you give is very much appreciated, and I thank you very much. And if you return, you're freaking amazing. Thank you for coming back over and over and over again. You are JMD Nation, and so let's get to it. All right, first off, Friday. The big thing that Trump initially did Friday was posting all over Truth Social about his reconstruction, his renovation of the Lincoln bathroom. And you go, okay, well, I mean, what's the significance of that really? I mean, well, let's look at it. All right, so here we are. This is from ABC News. Trump shows off his White House Lincoln bathroom renovation entirely in marble. So as you see here, this is what the Lincoln bathroom looked like. Okay, it was in like green tile, greenish. This was renovated by Truman in the 1940s. I think around 1945. I couldn't find. I don't know what it previously looked like. But this is what it has been, and it's supposed to somewhat be reminiscent, I guess, structurally to some degree, similar to the Lincoln era of time in the 1800s, but more when it was renovated, it was more like I guess a 1940s kind of rendition of that in that era, and that's what it's been ever since. But apparently there's been some people from Trump adjacent, the administration or whatever, that have visited and been in this bathroom and seem to have problems with it, thinking that it did not respect the Lincoln period. Stuff around like the toilet and its design and others, like it's just so old and outdated and or whatever. It just or that it's not the prestige that it should be. And so Trump said, got it, I'll redo it. And what is he redoing him? He renovates the bathroom in this black and white polished statuary marble, as you see here, with gold accenting. Because everything Trump does is gold. This is more. So he redoes the toilet in a more modern toilet, which does not even remotely come close to what a toilet in because his whole argument was that he redid the bathroom to respect and be more respectful and more appropriate of a Lincoln era bathroom. So this is his image of what the bathroom would have looked like in the era of Lincoln. So yeah, marble lining the entirety of the walls and floors with these gold accents around everything. See here. And so that's his opinion, his idea of and costing who knows how much money to redo this bathroom, for starters. A lot of people have criticized how there was just way too much marble, that even to the extent that this marble would have been somewhat comparative to a marble like a bathroom in Lincoln's time, that it certainly wouldn't be to this extremity. So this is very much more of just a Trumpian view, his elitism, expensive look of a bathroom for him. And like I said, the gold accenting everywhere, which would not have really been of that time. More than likely, the bathroom would have probably had more wood accenting, to the degree that it would had tile or marble. It would have probably been less white and more dark. Around, and it would have actually, like, but anyways, it very much would not have looked like this. But anyways, this is what he said is more appropriate for a Lincoln bathroom, and guarded over it, applauding it, putting this out as something that he has done to greatly improve the Lincoln bathroom for people who visited and might, to see it or use it or whatever, to extent that it might could be used, I guess. I don't know. And this all the while, millions of Americans are preparing to go hungry. And I say that as an extreme, but like this is the image going on here. This is the first thing that he's talking about on Friday, the day before potential, the day before people are going to not have money sent to them that they would expect to pay for food and stuff for their families, themselves and their families. This is what he is celebrating. But say, okay, whatever. It's a bathroom. So what? Okay, fine. Okay. Well, what does he do after this, though? Well, after this, he heads to Mar-a-Lago for a Halloween party at Mar-a-Lago. Now, keep in mind that every time he goes to Mar-a-Lago, for starters, it costs millions of dollars, like $2 or $3 million, just for him to go to Mar-a-Lago, just the trip itself, the cost of the trip. And he does this, every other weekend or so or whatever. He's been to Mar-a-Lago back and forth multiple times. All his golf trips, they can find ways and money to spend on him going back and forth to Mar-a-Lago, his golf trips and everything else around that, his Secret Service, and all the stuff but yet they can't find a way to fund SNAP for Americans. Okay. But here we are, pictures and stuff. This, for one, is a picture that really stood out to me. And this Halloween party was in the theme of a more Gilded Age, burlesque type, 20s or some like 1890s to 1920s, Gilded Age type of party theme. Very highly rich like theme. And this picture, for one, stood out big time. But we have videos and pictures of dancers or whatnot at this party that Trump, along with even the likes of Marco Rubio and his wife and others, GOP, a couple other GOP politicians, I believe, were at this party. And this is what and how Trump himself was celebrating on Halloween. While people were facing not being able to potentially buy food across America this month. And I can continue on. Here's selfie photos. This is another one. Here, Trump. Selfie photo. Selfie photos. Here is Judge Jeanine with Trump and Mar-a-Lago. Here's Marco Rubio with his wife with Judge Jeanine. This is a Medusa costume. There's some more guests. Trump partying while millions lose their health care. This is all, I mean, the whole SNAP benefit thing, the whole government shutdown is around the administration trying to pass a bill that would gut health care, causing health care to go up by double, that would gut programs like SNAP more than they've ever been. All right. This is the type of partying and the style. Think about this. This is the Gilded Age. This is old school 20. This is the style where the rich were ultra rich, partying and this very misogynistic. These women are dancing and entertainment for the elite males, and all this. Like this is Trump's idea of the golden age. This is Trump's idea of America and what he would like to see of it. Okay. Again, while millions of people are worried about not being able to pay, I keep stressing that. This is how they party. This is how, and understand that it was this type of stuff in that time that ultimately ushered in the Great Depression. That ultimately ushered in this type of idea of the rich, that overwhelmingly having power in the United States, and wielding power in the United States, that ultimately ushered in the type of politics, the more progressive politics, that had to then bring us out of the Great Depression. This is Trump coming in. A service robo-dog at the party. There's more dancers at the party. This is a multi-$1,000 ice sculpture. So as you can see, this was a dancer in a glass, in a wine glass. Right here at Mar-a-Lago. This is how Trump and his elitism and how they party. How they party, the way that their everyday thing. Understand, this is normal. This is normal for Trump and his elite style of life. It's what he does. Okay? So understand, this is still in the understanding that him and his administration are trying to purposely not send SNAP benefits to Americans, even though they have the ability to do so, even in this shutdown that we've already discussed about. Him seemingly having no problem with millions of Americans, 42 million Americans plus, going without SNAP benefits, going without the ability to feed themselves and their families, 18 million of which are children. while he throws this extravagant gilded style, Moulin Rouge type of over the top, elite, ultra wealthy type of party. And you think that Trump understands you? You think that Trump understands average America? Do you think Trump understands the everyday lives of normal, hardworking, the working class, poverty America? You think he understands it? Do you think he's acting in a way that and really truly concerned in a way of helping you bring you out of prosperity or making life better for you? Trump and his Goonies have this type of party. This is what they envision as America. At the same while they are trying to gut and cut funding and programs that help the everyday American who lives paycheck to paycheck, who may even had trouble even buying some little bags of candy and chocolates or whatever for Halloween to go trick-or-treating or to hand out to trick-or-treaters. Or to just buy food. If you don't see the break there, you do not see the disconnect that Trump has from everyday people like me, like you. I know that I will never be able to even come close to being a part of something like that, or witnessing it firsthand, or to and quite frankly, I don't want to, because it is just, it's disgusting. I mean, the sheer idea around all these female women dancers and everything dancing around, in the fashion that they were. I mean, and this would be fine in non-controversial, or I wouldn't even give a shit if this was just a regular, everyday, just wealthy, rich, billionaire throwing a party for his elites, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is the president of the United fucking States of America. And this is how he is choosing. This is the type of stuff that he is throwing. Billionaire parties with all this extravagant decorations, dancers, entertainment, food, stuffing their faces. Again, while millions of Americans face food insecurity around the country, because him and his administration decided to stop the benefits from going out, decided not to try and use funds that have previously been used in situations like this to cover and make sure that people did not go hungry. His administration doesn't care. It's disgusting. It's ridiculous. It is the epitome of elitism. A Hunger Games style elitism. Let me know what you think. Until next time, peace. ClearTalk, I'm out.